Good morning. Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Today we talk about the Valhalla. Yes, that yo-yo you've seen and you have a lot of questions. What is it? I've answered some, I haven't answered a lot. I wanted to have this video dropping last week, but I didn't. So here it is this morning. The Valhalla. You've seen the two colorways, the clear, the berry fade. I guess the clear would be known as the silver assassin. But let's talk about it. The Valhalla is it started out as a Patreon exclusive yo-yo. So if you're watching this, you're probably gonna be happy it's not just an exclusive to Patreon anymore. So throughout the Patreon process, they get a yo-yo every month, and then access to exclusive yo-yos, the extras, at different tiers every month as well, and access to pre-orders and whatnot, and other perks along the way. And we've made some yo-yos. So we did like the Project B, the Project C, and those are both like Patreon community created designs a little bit. So the Valhalla was going to fit into that category. Damian Puckett, who collaborated with me on this, is on the Patreon page, and instead of doing a community-based yo-yo, I decided, hey, I'm going to see if Damian wants to collab, and let's kind of like G2-ize one of his designs, and let that be for a month's shipment for Patreon. So Damian was on board. If you don't know Damian, he creates I don't even know that he has a brand name. I'm sorry, Damian, if you do. But the Wisteria is probably his most known design. It is a full-size yo-yo. It's like 58 by 44-ish, and you'll see the specs when I give him for the Valhalla. So this is one of his designs. He does a lot of the two-tone, this style. Lots of power, oversized yo-yo, like 58 diameter. So what we decided to do, he was on board, he's like, oh, that's perfect for Patreon, you know, perfect, let's do it, is we took the Wisteria a little bit and G2-ized it. So what does that mean? We kind of kept the size, so we'll jump right into the specs for you. I usually don't like to do specs because I don't like judging a book by its cover. If you know the specs of a yo-yo, sure, it can help decide if you think you're going to like the size of it, but the weight is the worst characteristic, I will say, for judging if you should buy a yo-yo or not, unless it's like the GBP, where you're looking at 48 grams, okay, I got to try it, super light. It's not in that 62 to 66 range. Could play completely different than something else that weighs the exact same, because it's all about the design. Design, design, design. So that's why I don't like to base my sales on specs, and I don't focus at all on releasing specs of the yo-yos. I'll usually give them when the yo-yo releases and go from there. But like I said, judging a book by its cover, and you have preconceived ideas of how you think that yo-yo is going to play or should play based on the specs. So don't do that. Just wait till you play it. You'll get a rough idea by the size, but wait, throw it out the window. I can make a 60-gram yo-yo play heavy. I can make a 70-gram yo-yo play light. Just kind of throw the weight out the window. That's all about the weight and distribution and the size of the yo-yo. And yes. So anyways, the specs of the Valhalla. 58 in diameter. Just shy of 44 on that width. And it's coming in at 63.65 grams. 7078 body with the stainless steel rims. So why is it not the AL7 version? Because when we coined the term AL7, all of our yo-yos were originally 6061, and then we did 7075 or 7068 is the body of this, not 78. Or we did 7068, and to differentiate that, we gave it the AL7 term. We made up the term AL7 for aluminum 7 series. Anyways, so this isn't called the AL7 because it's a 7068 body already for the original standard version. So maybe there will be an AL6 version versus the original version. See what I'm saying? Anyways, those are the specs on the Valhalla. Very similar in size. I don't know about weight offhand, I'm sorry. But similar in size to the Wisteria. We G2ized it, which means changed the catch a little bit, kind of made it, I don't know, more aesthetically appealing in my eyes, which is what we were doing, is kind of, you know, G2izing a design, giving a little bit of that Banshee flair, Banshee feeling, Banshee styling, adjust how the rims hit, kind of adjust the weighting distribution, gave it that little inside cup, that ring, that nipple, or the spike, whatever you want to call it, those rings, just to kind of, you know, this was the Wisteria to start with, and then we kind of, you know, there's other adjustments besides just making these aesthetic adjustments, but that's where you get a lot of the change from the look, is just you know, we gave it our flair to it. So that's where we're at on what we kind of did to create the Valhalla. So it's kind of a twist on the Wisteria a little bit, and it helped push me out of my comfort zone, because I would not normally make a yo-yo that kind of is this size with this much rim weight. So when you guys get it, you'll feel that it is completely different than the Arbiter, completely different than the Banshee SS. It's closer to maybe the feeling of the brass rimmed Arbiter. Banshee SS still feels a lot more rim weighted than the Valhalla. So now originally, since it was going to be a design specifically for a monthly shipment on Patreon, we had two colors to choose from, the Berry Fade and the Silver Assassin, as we talked about earlier. And then the extras went to the other backers on Patreon, and we ran out. So not everybody that wanted one on Patreon was going to get one. So the next batch of Valhallas will be going to Patreon first. Everybody on Patreon, you're going to get a chance to grab one before we do regular releases on the website. And after talking to Damien, this is going to go into a regular production type of lineup. How much I liked it, how much he liked it, how much everybody that's gotten it so far loves it. So we're going to make it happen. Damien just kind of part of the designing crew at this point, so I'll be doing all the assembly testing. He'll probably help with colorway options, and then we just kind of worked out something that works for him to continue making the yo-yo. So that good news there is that eventually, if you're not on Patreon, eventually they will make it to the website. I have not ordered a run of these yet, so I'm working on colorways, working on a design change, and then it'll make it into production run, and we're looking at fall of this year. So just so you kind of get an idea, what's that production change, you might ask? Well, the spike is just a little flatter than I would like for a production run. So since we're going to put it into production as a more of a main term, that's not the right word, as more of a main yo-yo in our lineup, I just want to adjust that spike so that it's going to be closer to your Banshee SS, your Banshee spike, a little more usable. It's usable right now for Matador play and for pull starts, but it's a lot harder than what you would get with the spike on the Banshee SS. There you have it, folks. That is all I've got for you on the Valhalla. I'll show off the box a little bit here and show off the yo-yo, but I love it. I do want to take a second here just to tell Ryan Johnson how awesome he is. The box art, the art for the Valhalla, you probably have seen the t-shirt, I don't have it on right now. The logo, incredible work on him. Original artwork, all done by him. So you got the Valhalla print, and the Valhalla print is kind of ghosted across all three sides there, but it's awesome. We've got the new backing, that kind of shows the outline of the yo-yo. And Gloria weights on one of the tabs. G Squared Yo-Yo's Damien Puckett on the other side. And then just the awesome kind of decoration around the logo. It goes on the inside package as well. So great job by Ryan. Absolutely top tier box art and logo for this yo-yo. Damien, it's been awesome with you to work on this. I love it. I know you love it. Everybody on Patreon that's already had one, I know you guys absolutely love it. And everybody that hasn't got to try one, thanks for asking and pushing us to make it so that it becomes a release on the regular website. So a regular release, you guys are gonna like it. I'm excited to get to where it gets into some more hands so that we can see, you can kind of just see how awesome it is, I guess, without, I don't know where we're going now. Thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. That's the Valhalla. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same place, same time.